I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider, from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas.
Just
I'm
win,
a
baby.
player, a boss player, and if you with me, pop your collar, shake them haters. I'm a Raider, Oakland Raider, from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas. Cause I'm a player, boss player, and if you with me, pop your collar, shake them haters. I'm a Raider.
What is going on, Real Raiders podcast? We are finally back.
Finally.
It's been a minute. Training camp started again, though. We got some things to talk about. It's kind of like a little dead area. And, like I always say, props out to all those content creators that find shit to talk about, because I'd be at a loss for words. And I need something to talk about, and I need to do something, and the Raiders are finally doing something. So here we are.
Yeah, and honestly, it's about to come free flowing nonstop now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the season is here. We're recording this on a Tuesday, and the first game is this Thursday.
The Hall of Fame game.
The Hall of Fame game, and I don't know about any of y'all, but I could literally watch the first snap to the last snap of even preseason games.
Football's back, baby.
Yeah, I'm just excited that football's back. Simple as that.
So, seeing that, we got the Hall of Fame game coming, training camp and all that, we're just going to go down, break down all the news coming out of camp and everything of each position and how things are going, basically, for each position group, and basically our expectations going into the regular season. We'll do a 53-man roster video later. That's not this one, probably in a week or two, right? Something like that. But yeah, definitely we don't have no news and notes of the week. We'll obviously talk that, bring that up per position, but
Yep.
we're not going to waste any time, and let's get it started with the quarterback room. Mariano, what notes and tidbits you got on the quarterback room?
Well, obviously we have the starter figured out. That's simple, right? DC is the man. He got paid big bucks to be the man this offseason, or got the extension this offseason. So it's clear. Very excited about this room. I think we're better in years past. We don't have Nathan Peterman on our roster anymore. And Nick Mullins, Jared Stidham, from what I've heard in camp, they're constantly moving back and forth between taking reps at number 2 and whatnot. So I think that we are going to see in this first Hall of Fame game, we're going to see who they like more, right?
Yeah.
And both of them are going to have a fair opportunity to sling the ball around a little bit, see what we got for the backup game.
Yeah, Nick Mullins is the more athletic, I think, better quarterback, but Stidham just knows the system, and that's clearly why he's there. So,
And as the quarterback, that's all you need to know,
yeah,
right? That's half the battle.
Yeah, and I personally would rather have the better, more athletic quarterback. Nick Mullins, he did it. We've seen it. He done it against the Raiders. I just feel like he'd probably be a better quarterback than a system quarterback, like Jared Stidham.
Yeah.
But as of right now, Jared Stidham is listed as number 2, right?
Yep.
On the depth chart. So we'll see how that.
And honestly, either way you look at it, if DC gets hurt, we're done anyway. So
That's true.
I don't know though, right? The rest of the offense is, this has got to be a top 5 offense with how much talent we have. So
That's true. But, if Mariota
could go both ways.
If Mariota was there, then it'd be a different story. It's like we still have a chance. But,
right.
with these guys, I don't know.
And it looks like Mariota's going to be the starter in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So we had a starting caliber quarterback as our backup. So
Yeah, definitely. Let's move on to the running back room. It's a crowded room, Mariano.
yeah, that's interesting. We got a couple draft picks in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Josh Jacobs, Brandon Bolden, Kenyon Drake,
Zamir
White.
What's the 7th round running back or whatever?
Britton Brown.
Britton Brown.
Out
We
of
have a
UCLA.
receiving back too, don't we? They're not even listed on the depth chart.
Amir Abdullah.
Amir Abdullah.
Jeez.
We just
Take
signed
your
that dude after that dude got injured. Something Walter, another running back. That's 7 running backs.
Yeah.
And then we got Jakob
Johnson.
fullback.
Yeah. Ultimately, we're looking very deep at the running back room right now.
I think we're going to keep 5 running backs, you think?
Yeah. Including Jakob?
Yeah, including Jakob. So
Jakob.
I think it comes down to Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake, Zamir. Probably Brandon Bolden will be the last back to make it, you think?
Yeah, I think he's kind of a lock. He signed for a 2-year deal. Brandon Bolden is definitely going to make the team.
Yeah,
that's for sure. I think Amir Abdullah gets cut. And then probably Britton Brown. And then they keep Zamir White, Brandon Bolden, Drake, and Jacobs.
Yeah, sounds about right. The way that things are looking, it's going to be a running back by committee. You know, Patriots love doing that shit.
Right.
So, and by the way it's looking also, I think Josh Jacobs is out the door after this season. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, he said he wanted to be a Raider. You seen that report?
Yeah.
He wants to be a Raider.
He wants to get paid too. So.
Of course, man, of course. And in the NFL, you have to strike while the iron's hot, make your money while you can.
Especially for a running back.
Yeah, I get it.
I like Josh Jacobs.
Can he stay healthy though?
That's true too.
You know, that's a part of the equation. Can you play 17 games now? That's a lot of games, man.
Yeah,
that's a lot of games.
The committee will help him, but
yeah,
ideally you'd want him as a bell cow, but you know.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
Time will tell.
So that's the running back room, including the fullback room.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go over to the tight end room. Right?
Yep.
And obviously, we know we have a top 3 tight end in the league, so you don't have to worry about that. Foster Moreau, he's a great tight end within himself. And then behind that, we have Nick Bowers, Jacob Hollister, and 2 more bodies. Who's that, Mariano?
Jesper Horsted and Cole Fotheringham.
Yeah, we're probably going to carry. They like to do a lot of heavy sets.
Yeah, I think we carried 3, maybe.
3?
Yeah.
We'll this is just guessing right now. We'll do a full 53-man, you know.
Of course. Ultimately, our tight end room is solid.
Yeah.
The first 2 that we have are, one's a top 3 player in the league, and then Foster Moreau is a good all-around tight end. He blocks, he pass catches, he'll catch a seam occasionally. Like, he's turning into, and we'll see if he, you know.
Then another note on the tight end room is Darren Waller is not tripping about that contract, so he's playing out this season regardless.
He's at camp, which is huge, man. So he doesn't strike me as a guy that would hold out either. Like, he seems like he's gonna do everything the right way.
I mean, they're ready to give him a shot, man. You know.
Yeah, which you got to tip the hat to him, right? Because he is so severely underpaid. Like,
yeah. So I mean,
but he signed it, right?
We're scratching each other's back, you know.
Yeah.
Moving on to the wide receiver room, Mariano.
Oh, man, we got the best wide receiver core in the league.
Ooh, better than the Bucks?
Better than the Bucks.
Just got Julio Jones.
Yeah, but we got number 1.
Ooh, Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams.
Man, oh my God, and this time it's not falling through like bitch-ass AB.
Right.
Like this, like he wants to be there. He fucks with Carr, and it's like... Oh, it's so much. It's such a relief that there's no turmoil to start the season, you know.
And we're like, I feel like we were 2 years ahead of our time. Like the excitement that we had for AB, that was just, it was too early.
Yeah,
it was too early, right? And then we get 17, which is, it's gonna be nuts, man. I'm excited. The chemistry between him and Derek Carr, it's gonna be amazing. I already know. I'm calling it now. They're gonna pick up like they never left, like they never stopped.
Definitely.
Full confidence in that.
You know, Hunter Renfrow, wide receiver number 2, obviously for him. Mm-hmm. So that wide receiver 3 spot is what we're looking at. I thought Keelan Cole was going to win the wide receiver 3 spot. Yep. He's a better all-around receiver. He just had shitty quarterbacks his whole career, right?
Yep.
Clean route runner, nice hands, could get deep. He has all the intangibles. And he could still very well be that wide receiver 3, but Mac Hollins has been having an amazing camp. He's been making so much noise.
Tyron Johnson too.
Tyron Johnson, those 2 guys, they've been making so much noise at camp. Mac Hollins, I see more, but I know Tyron Johnson has had a great camp too. So I'm thinking maybe.
Don't forget, we still got DeMarcus Robinson too.
That's true too, but he's more of a deep threat, you know.
Yeah, so I feel like he's a lock, bro.
He's a lock, but he's not going to be that, main guy. You know what I'm saying?
He'll probably be like number 3 or number 4.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm thinking. And then they'll probably keep Matt Collins in between Tyron Johnson and Keelan Cole. Those are going to be...
Is Tyron Johnson practice squad eligible?
I don't know. That's a really good question.
Because they might go that route. But if he's on the practice squad, he might get scooped up, you know? But yeah, I think it comes down to, this is a rough estimate. We got Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow. We'll keep Keelan Cole and Mac Hollins. We usually keep 4 wide receivers or 5?
5.
5. Okay.
That's pretty standard.
Then we'll keep Demarcus Robinson. So there's the 5 right there. I think
might have 6, honestly. We'll see. We'll see how this offense is going to be ran, right? Are they going to put an emphasis on running the ball like New England traditionally does, or are we going to spread it open because we have the ability to do that now, right?
Shit, they better make good use of Devontae Adams. You didn't even trade for that motherfucker for no reason, man.
Yeah, but he's going to play every down.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, it's
it's
depending if you want to spread out the ball.
I don't want 40 touches to the running backs the whole game.
Hey, there's going to be games.
3 tight ends.
You know that's how the Patriots were doing shit, though, right?
Like the fucking game against the Bills.
Right.
They just... How many passes did he throw?
Right.
He threw like 2 passes.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, bro.
That's crazy.
It was ridiculous. Or even like with Cam Newton, right? Like when Cam was the quarterback, he wasn't throwing the ball. I mean, he couldn't. Mr. Shot Put, like our fantasy days.
Yeah.
Mr. Shot Put the football. But anyways, it'll be interesting to see what formations they dial up and you know how Derek Carr is going to have control of this offense. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the offense is ran and how the quarterback is going to maintain all this off of a new system, right? Mm-hmm. Because we know that with Derek Carr, it took how long?
3 years with Gruden.
3 years with Gruden for him to actually figure his motions.
Yeah.
At the same time, the flip side of the coin is Mac Jones picked it up in 1 season and was a Pro Bowler.
Yeah, but how much do you think is simplified to compare to what Derek Carr is going to get, you know?
Yeah. From what they were saying in training camp is like, I forgot which player said it, but the system is very simple, and then they just build on top of it, right? Instead of like with Gruden, it was like throwing a textbook at you, like you better know all these plays type deal.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know because I don't, but that's just what I've heard.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. I'm excited. Obviously, the wide receiver group is stacked. Hunter Renfrow, Devontae Adams. We've already covered it. Tyron Johnson, Keelan Cole, Demarcus Robinson, Matt Collins. It's going to be very competitive.
Yeah.
1 and 2 are obviously fixed and slated. It's just we just need to figure out who 3 and 4 are going to be, and 5. Possibly 6 if you're going to be playing special teams. So
that's true.
Yep.
And then last topic on the offense is the offensive line. This is the one that's kind of the most in the air, right?
Mm-hmm.
So personally, my offensive line, I'd like Colton Miller, Dylan Parham, Andre James, Alex Leatherwood, Jermaine Illuminor.
Wow.
At right tackle. That's my starting 5 that I want.
You're way off the unofficial depth chart.
Oh, no, I know. Well, we got right now Colton Miller, Lester Cotton, Andre James,
John Simpson,
and then they got Brandon Parker. Oh, no, they got Leatherwood at right tackle.
They got Leatherwood at right tackle.
Yeah, but reports have been that Leatherwood hasn't even been getting most of the burn at right tackle, right? It's been Munford and Parker who have been getting a lot of the burn at right tackle. And then Sanjeet had it on his video. He had a picture of Leatherwood's ass, and he looked out of shape. So I don't know. I don't know if you've seen that picture, but this motherfucker's in the huddle. It's not a good look for Leatherwood. I don't know. But Sanjeet pointed that out to me.
He's a hog, bro.
That's true, too.
Now. I mean, not everyone
but
can be built.
You look at like how we did, what's the bastard? Trent Brown.
No, I know.
You know?
Yeah, no,
You know?
I get it. But at the same time, no one's going to look, not every player is going to look like, what's the fucking tackle from the Cowboys? You know what I'm talking about?
Tyron Smith?
Tyron Smith.
Yeah.
That dude's a freaking,
Yeah.
the man's a giant.
And then another thing about the right tackle position, that's the most up in the air, right? We know that.
Yeah.
Obviously, the guards are up in the air too, but I think it's Simpson, Parham, and what's the other fool's name?
Cotton?
Yeah, Lester Cotton.
Lester Cotton.
But
It'll be interesting, man.
The right tackle, what Silver and Black Films, I was watching his video too. He said that Munford, our 7th round pick, was originally a tackle.
Okay.
And then he moved to guard, and that's why his draft stock went way down. So he has all the intangibles, and he's big enough to play right tackle. But for the team, he moved to guard, and it messed with his draft stock. So it's quite interesting if you haven't checked out that film by that video by Silver and Black Films. It's definitely a good watch. It breaks down how Munford could be a sneaky dark horse to get that right tackle spot. What do you think about the offensive line, Mariana?
Well,
Also, my bad. I also don't think our offensive line gets as much respect as we were talking about.
Yeah.
Before the video started, and I'll let you take it.
What was your other point though? Because that was really solid about this upcoming Thursday.
Yeah. So basically, whoever gets the most burn this Thursday is who they're most skeptical on. So they're trying to find out does he have what it takes to play that position, right? So if we do see like a lot of Leatherwood, that's not a good look for him, you know?
Right.
If we do see a lot of Parker, not a good look.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm glad that you mentioned that because that wasn't even in my mind, right? When I was thinking about it. I'm thinking of more scheme. Like, I can't wait to see how the defense is lined up, whether it's a 3-4 base. Obviously, they're not going to show too much in the preseason, but for the most part, they're going to play vanilla defenses.
Yeah. And
that's going to be a telltale to what we do all season. But when you mentioned that, that didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah.
So that was a great point, and it's true, right? Obviously, whoever we see get a ton of burn at right tackle and right guard and the left guard, those are going to be players that they're not too sure. They want to see live bullets, right? So
definitely is. You know, well, did I say the media thing? The media got us as like a bottom 5 offensive line. I think we have more potential than bottom 5 offensive line.
Yeah, I think we're more near probably the middle of the pack or a little below the middle of the pack.
20 range?
20 range, like 18 to 20 maybe. To 20. Which we'll see. I mean, ultimately, Derek Carr played great football last season. He knew where the ball needed to go every single time, and that helped a lot of the offensive problems, and I'm hoping that'll be the same with the scheme this year. Ultimately, we don't know. DC always gets a little gun shy when he doesn't completely know the system, right? At least the first few years in Gruden's system, he was a little hesitant to throw the ball.
I think Gruden was more complicated, though.
Right.
Like, it was just a lot to take in.
Right.
Just a lot of wording, a lot of banana, spider, slug, whatever.
Right. And he's probably, honestly, he's probably a better player for what Gruden put him through, right?
Yeah.
So this offense, I'm not really concerned about the offense.
Yeah, for sure.
At all.
Now, let's go on to the defensive side of the ball.
Yep.
We're going to start in the trenches, man. D-line. No Ndamukong yet on our defensive tackles. Jonathan Hankins should be ready for week 1.
Right.
Bilal Nichols is dealing with some injury too, I believe, right? So it's looking kind of thin at the defensive tackle position. We have the money to sign someone, but we still haven't signed anybody. Kind of worrisome a little bit, but hopefully Hankins comes back for week 1.
I think they're just banking on these rookies, man.
That's true, too.
Between Neil Farrell, Vernon Butler, Matthew Butler, and obviously we still got Big Hank.
Yeah.
So while we do look thin, there's no real big names there.
Yeah.
The big names come on the edge, though.
Yes, sir. Chandler Jones is dealing with the injury right now. 4 missed practices. Hopefully it's nothing
just fine.
serious.
He's an old head. Come on now. OG.
Yeah.
My bad. OG. My bad. But ultimately, we'll see.
Yeah. What was the injury that just opened the door for Malcolm Kuntz? Malcolm Kuntz should be getting more reps. There was an injury at defensive end, I want to say, or was it outside linebacker?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But
I know that he's been running that end.
Yeah.
Defensive end doesn't
Either
play.
way, he's going to get more opportunities.
That man was balling last year.
Oh, yeah, I'm
Towards
excited.
the end of the year?
I'm excited for him to get into the rotation. He has a ton of potential.
Let's tip the hat for Mike Mayock, man. That dude, he
Left
did a
us-
hell of a job drafting these players,
Left us some
dude.
solid pieces for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we still have Klee. Obviously, he'll be in rotation, but don't expect him to be premier pass rusher like the other three guys in front of him.
Yeah.
We did lose Kyle Frackrell. Is that how you say him?
Fackrell.
Frackrell. And Micah Kaiser in the linebacking group. So that got us thin. Fackrell was more of an edge, right? He's going to do a lot of the outside linebacker.
Right.
Kaiser, he's always had potential, but he just can't stay healthy. So,
Right.
Injuries caught him again. We signed another linebacker. I don't know if it's on that list. Starts with a D. Dion Butler, right?
Yeah.
He's a good
Darian Butler.
Darian Butler, Dion. Darian Butler, he's a good coverage linebacker because outside of our three linebackers, we're pretty thin at linebacker.
No. I mean, we got a team, man. Devon Diablo, Denzel Perryman, Jayon Brown.
Yeah, outside of them, I'm saying, if anything happens to them, then we were thin on the back end.
Kenny Young
Kenny Young.
from the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Darren
Yeah.
Butler, and then we
you're
just
right.
signed Curtis Bolton. We just signed
Bolton.
him too.
Yeah.
So I like our starting linebackers, even though my take on Perryman. I think he's old and he's just downhill, run an old school linebacker just for the run game. But
He's a Pro Bowler, baby.
that's
Hey,
you can't take that
man
away
was
from him.
balling last year, bro.
No, he had a great season last year. For
That
sure.
man was balling last year. On to the DBs.
But no, on Butler,
Oh, yeah.
linebacker, he's been making noise at camp.
Okay.
He's been a camp standout, so
We'll see.
look for him to get into rotation as well.
Yep.
Going on to the DBs, Mariano.
DBs. I think that this is a much improved defensive back room. You started with Nate Hobbs. I think he's probably just gonna be a starter. I don't know if Trayvon Mullins even gonna be ready to go or whatnot. He's been
He's
hurt.
looking like he's not going to be ready to go by week 1
Yeah,
with that surgery and everything.
which is tough. So I think Nate Hobbs, Rock Yassin's probably gonna be the starters. Anthony Averett's probably not gonna be not too far behind. Ultimately, the corner room I think is gonna be improved from last season.
Yeah, there's nothing but great things coming out from the cornerback room. Both Rock Yassin and Nate Hobbs have been said to have locked down Devontae Adams. I don't know. I haven't seen any video per se or nothing, but
Well, what is locked down
Yeah.
to, right?
that's two.
I mean, that clip that the Raiders released, that was great coverage, and
yeah,
Devontae just caught it right in the breadbasket, bro. Like, it was nothing. Like, it was a piece of
Yeah.
cake. Like, oh, here you go. Flip the ball.
But they've been doing, the iron sharpens iron, right?
Right.
So you have a great offense, and it's just helping the defense,
That's what we were talking about to Richie Luke.
Yeah. Shout out Rich Luke.
Shout out Richie.
Better watch this episode. He was just here, motherfucker.
Raider Rich. Yeah. Yeah. Count on that other extra view. Big dog.
No, but yeah, it's definitely, I just want to have like Rich was saying, that one side of the ball is always better than the other side of the ball, right? So I just want to have like a
balance.
a balanced team. And the way this defense is projecting, it's looking good, to be honest.
Yeah. Great things out of camp with Trayvon Moore too. Right.
And Deron Harmon, he was an
He's a
ex-Patriot,
vet.
so
He's a vet.
fits the system perfectly.
Jonathan Abram, I think that they're going to put him in position to win. I heard somebody talking about this on Raider Nation Radio where they were saying how the safety from the Giants, which was where our defensive coordinator was Jabril Peppers. And Jabril Peppers was dope coming out of Michigan.
Yeah.
And turned into a solid player there. And if you think about it, Jonathan Abram and him kind of have the same makeup as far as their play style.
Yeah.
So hopefully Jonathan Abram, this is the year for him, right? I mean, they didn't pick up the 5th-year option.
You gotta show out.
You got to show up and show out. You're basically on a 1-year deal. It's time to prove it. Your first-round pick.
Yeah, for sure.
So hopefully the coaching staff can get him in position to make a ton of big plays. Which, again, we have to see how the scheme really inputs, or how the players pick up the scheme, I should say.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know what you're doing, then you're playing slow. You're playing not to make a mistake, et cetera, et cetera. So
I'm excited to see more blitzes from the Raiders.
yes,
That's what I'm excited to
and
see.
I think it's going to come from all over the field.
Yeah.
Corner, strong safety, weak side, strong side.
This is overall exciting. Both sides of the ball.
Football's back. I'm just ready to hear the whistles blow and flags thrown on the other team.
Yes, sir.
Right.
So I think we got both sides of the ball down, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about special teams. We ain't talking about special teams.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it pretty much sums it up for this episode. That is our training camp update, our thoughts and what we've heard, rumblings from the media and whatnot. But yeah, man, this Thursday, Hall of Fame game, Raiders versus Jaguars.
Yep.
It's exciting, man. Football's back. I can't wait for August to fly by. Woo, September 8th, first football game, man. I'm ready.
Yep.
I'm ready.
It's about that time, baby.
And if you're watching this and you've been rocking with us and we took that hiatus we took and you're still here, we fuck with you heavy. And I still get likes and ads on the other page, so it's all
Yep.
love. I understand if you're not here, but if you're here, it's all love. And you guys are the reason we do these videos. We appreciate you rocking with us. Any last words, Mariano?
Nah, that's it. Just win, baby.
Just win, baby. Real Raiders, we are out of here.